You know what? I would have been happy with both. I am itching to get the alpha female back in the Stardom ring. I want to see her back since we got a taste of her with Kyrie last year,
Mhm.
for that tournament for the IWGP Women's Championship. We need us some more jazzy. Let's get some
Yeah.
jazz hands going.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am your co-host Andre C. Right over here, my co-host, the beautiful Melball. How you doing, Melball?
I am doing amazing today, my friend. We just took in some amazing Stardom wrestling, the final of the Triangle Derby. Holy heckin' crap. What are you doing
Uh,
there?
it's a triangle, but Jay Z.
Yes, I was gonna say, you're doing some Illuminati stuff over here that
Well,
Melba wasn't aware you were gonna pull.
it is Jay Z, and he might be in the leader of the Illuminati, but it's still a triangle.
Yeah, hey, we Rockefeller, right? How are you doing today, my friend?
I am doing absolutely phenomenal. Watched some great professional wrestling this past weekend. Watching finally get caught up on Stardom. We just dropped our episode of NJPW Pro Wrestling Review 2 days ago, where we watched the first two full nights of the New Japan Cup and the two cup matches from the anniversary show, and it only goes up from here because there's so much Stardom in it. Like, we have the Triangle Derby just wrapping up on the 25th. We've got the big Waka Tsukiyama possible facing off against Waka and Tam versus Nane
It's gonna
and
be Nane Takahashi, and they confirmed it is Kyrie. It was
and
Kyrie
and,
who
and
is.
it's Kai. It is Kyrie. I was like I said, it was to me it was Kyrie or Alpha Female. It was one of the two.
You know what? I would have been happy with both. I am itching to get the alpha female back in the Stardom ring. I want to see her back since we got a taste of her with Kyrie last year,
Mhm.
for that tournament for the IWGP Women's Championship. We need us some more jazzy. Let's get some
Yeah.
jazz hands going.
But yeah, so I look forward to. Then you have that incredible April 23rd show coming next month.
Oh,
Like, dude, the lineup, we'll talk about that. They set up a bunch of matches on the show on top of what's already been set up with what's rumored with Mayu Iwatani facing Mercedes Monet or maybe Azumi for that IWGP Women's Championship. That's going to be an incredible show that we are going to talk about more as we get into this. But we are going to talk the Stardom Triangle Derby finals. But
yep.
before we go there, I want to say thank you to all of our viewers for always tuning in, giving us a like, giving us a subscribe. Thank you so much to everybody. I want to give a big shout out to Common Ground MTG. He posts on all of our Stardom videos. So, dude, I want to say thank you so much for being such a great supporter of us. We thank you so very much. Also, yeah. So if you are watching the video, please like like the video, subscribe to the channel, and please comment down below because we love hearing from all you guys. And if you are watching on Backbreaker Video, please go over to Andre and Melball Wrestling Talk on YouTube and give us a like and subscribe over there. We really appreciate it. And please like, subscribe, and Backbreaker Video because Mike is a goddamn godsend in for me in professional wrestling. I'll tell you that right now. And one other big shout I want to give out to Rogue Energy. Just get the QR code down in the bottom right corner. Mel's not over there to point, so she can point that way.
Nails going to waste.
Or you can go to rogueenergy.com. Use the promo code OLEPODS for 10% off your order. Great quality stuff from over there. I know we love them. We both love them, and it's all natural energy, or more natural energy stuff, energy supplements than what you get with a energy drink and stuff like that. It's a lot healthier for you. I'll tell you that right now.
Yes, sir.
So we are going to get into it. It's the final night of the Triangle Derby. This was on March 4th. Absolutely phenomenal show. And it kicked off with a couple pre-show matches. It started out with the Rina versus Hina, the twins facing off against Miyu Amasaki. I think they missed a great opportunity to not have Hanan in this match instead of Miyu and have the three-way sisters match. I think I would have.
I mean, think of the names that you could have called that Family Feud.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, marketing opportunity missed 100%. But I mean, the entertainment
Trouble,
from this
trouble,
match did not get missed.
trouble at the dinner table.
Hey, hey, there you go.
But no, absolutely phenomenal. I love me some Miyu Amasaki. I think she
Mhm.
like because you gotta look at it. These girls are, I don't know what they call them here over in Stardom. I don't know if they're young lionesses, the twinkling stars. I don't know, but they're the young lions. These are the girls that really are the young lions of New Japan. Like they're the
Mhm,
young lions
mhm.
for Stardom.
100%.
And this is their class. This is the class. So Hanan's in it was in a separate class. I get that. So I'm not. I joke, but absolutely phenomenal pre-show match. And I didn't watch this until after I'd watched the whole card because I didn't realize these matches existed because I watched. So I
Oh,
watched
Andre.
I watched these after and really fun matches. Rina, I think out of the three of them, smoothest worker of them all because I think because Hina did take time off, and then I think
Mhm.
he has been wrestling a little less time than these girls, and you can see it in Rena the time she spent in Stardom, how smooth she is and how good she is in the ring.
Mhm, mhm. 100%. And I think that also comes from who she is training with. The Oedo Tai faction itself, it just seems very, very flawless, very, very seamless together. Natsuko Tora, clearly a very good leader, very good teacher. She fits right in with that faction and she works very, very hard for that faction. And it always comes off as very effortless in there. She just does so, so well. I did enjoy that Rina and Hina were working together for quite a bit of this match, working over Miyu a little bit until Mia was able to catch that double DDT that you absolutely love that she does.
Yes, that double
Um,
pendulum DDT.
yeah, and
Yes.
she got into a pretty much handstand up in the air to come down for that. It was absolutely great. Um, yeah, I did really enjoy this one. I did also enjoy afterwards the Queen's Quest girls, leaving together even though they had just spent part of the most of the match beating up on each other. I really, really did enjoy this. It was a fun little opening match.
It was a fun little pre-show opener that gets the
Mm.
crowd warmed up and it showcases three of your twinkling stars. I don't know what to call them because it's so easy in
Future
New
stars.
Japan. The twinkling stars, I want to call them. They're not shining brightly like everybody else yet.
And just so in case it wasn't clear, Rena did pick up the pin over
Yeah,
Miyu for this one to
with a
pick
jack,
up the win.
she got a jackknife cover, got the
Yeah.
win. Again, quick, easy finish, made
Mhm,
complete
mhm.
sense. I would have preferred her pinning her sister just for the sweet comeuppance of it all, but yeah,
Hey, maybe that's a story they can start to work on later.
very much so. So
Mhm.
we move on to the other pre-show match, and this one surprised me more than anything because I watched the pay-per-view and went, "Where the hell was Utami Hayashishita?" And here she was on a pre-show. That really surprises me.
Yeah, yeah, but what a match to have on the pre-show. This was a fantastic match. I mean, we've
Hmm.
both discussed how much we love Micah and Ram coming in here. They and the Campino. Did you hear? We have been pronouncing Maya's name wrong. It is Wukihi. Wukihi, Wukihi. I love it. Anyway, we have been all about the rebel faction here. Ram really again, she's really kind of. I feel like at the end of the Triangle Derby, she's really come out of that shell. Like the first little bit, she was kind of testing the waters. Now she's really come out of the shell. We're seeing that full level of entertainment that she's able to give us. The opening sequence with Lady C, where they were just really making fun of Ram's height versus Lady C, absolutely
That
hysterical. Yeah,
and
the reach.
Ram jumping for, but Ram jumping and grabbing for the hand, I thought was absolutely hilarious. Just
Mhm,
it was just such a height difference. It's such like she towered over her, like
mhm.
she's almost two people, like tall, like a second, like it's almost like two Rams to make one the height of one Lady C.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, and there was a point where, Ram was on, Maya's shoulder or Micah's shoulders there, doing what she could. Yeah, going on from that though, she was very feisty with Lady C afterwards, stamping on the foot to get Lady C down on her level. They did have a nice little exchange through the ropes where they were just kinda going back and forth. Really, really enjoyed that. Yeah, Maika and Utami coming in and just tanking the holy hecking crap out of each other. I really, really enjoyed this exchange. It was just a show of power for the two of them, shoulder blocking back and forth, lariating back and forth. Utami is just so solid with those lariats, but Maika really gave her a run for her money there. That airplane spin, though, that Lady C caught on poor little Ram there. Yeah, you love that though. You love
Oh,
it
this
when
is our
the
spin.
release.
The Cesaro spin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Airplane spins up here. Cesaro
Oh,
spin is down
sorry. I
here.
don't know that. Her
Yeah, that's
spin
just
that she does, we know that Lady C, what it is that she does. Releasing Ram and tossing her across the ring was absolutely, absolutely incredible. But that finish, though, Utami just has that absolutely perfect German bridging suplex there, pinning Maika, I believe it was, for the win there. Andre, what do you think about this one?
absolutely phenomenal. Again, like
Hmm.
I was really surprised seeing like not Lady C because again she's still early in her career, not like but Tommy's an ex World of Stardom champion. I was very surprised she was on the pre-show and not at
Hmm.
least on like an opening match. You know what I mean? Like, but like that her finish is just great. Like her going with that air raid crash, really getting to just that beautiful bridging German, just
Perfection.
absolutely tremendous.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
100%. And that crowd was so excited to see her. I don't know if you watched the intros on this one, but as
Mm.
soon as she came out, the crowd just mad popped. Mad popped for her. She's the Red Queen and like you said, former red belt champion. I'm excited to hopefully see her back in the title kind of area and kind of territory after the Cinderella tournament.
I want like legitimately. I don't care if she heads back into red belt or not. I want to go. I want to see. I want her to be the person that takes the title from Monet.
Ooh, that could be an interesting one there. Yeah, the power, just the raw power of Utami against that like quickness and sprightliness, lucha style of Monet would be very interesting to see for
Mhm.
sure.
I think that would be an absolutely tremendous match. These two,
Mhm.
I think, can mix it up and have an incredible match. So
Mhm.
I really want to see, especially after the Kyrie match that Monet had. I
Mhm.
have utter faith that this one these two would have a tremendous match.
Mhm. Mhm.
But we are going to move on to the main card, where it's the
Mhm.
main card opened up with a 6-woman tag match. Donna Del Mondo's Maika, Mai Sakurai, and Thekla taking on Club Venus's Mariah May, Mina Shirakawa, and from their Cosmic Angels counterpart, Owaka Skiyama.
Mhm.
And again, this is very much a match where I went, okay, Donna Del Mondo's winning because again, it's this thing we're seeing. They're leading up to something. So when you're telling this story and
Mhm.
you already know where the big payoff is going to be, whether she wins or loses, that Nane matches the payoff.
Mhm. Mhm.
So
100%.
I look at it and I go, Ugh. Like you just know they're gonna lose, and it
Aw.
disappoints me because like, I'm complete bias. Club Venus Mina Shirakawa is easily my favorite woman in this company.
Yep, yep.
With Julia just right behind her, and then Mariah May right behind that, and then Saida right behind that. But and then sorry, Brookside right in line with Saida. But but I absolutely love this faction and just knowing and it's putting Walk on any team. We said it last time. It's just you're like, there's a loss. It makes
Mhm.
me a little bit sad because I know how it's going to end in a sense.
Yeah, yeah, I have to agree though. Did you notice the tremendous difference in Waka
Oh
uh,
yes.
between this and working with the Cosmic Angels? We've mentioned in a number of the videos how utterly miserable Waka looks coming out in the entrances, running out there, just sitting there like posing and everything. This match, when she came out with Club Venus, she had a smile on her face from ear to ear. It was like she was completely happy and finally content where she was and with the intro. I think that's a little bit more of a subtle foreshadowing of where Waka may be truly ending up here. She
Yeah,
seems
Club Venus.
truly, yeah, I really do think that we're going to see Waka end up in Club Venus under the guidance of Mini Shirakawa, and I think that's the best place for her.
I really do too, because like if you look at Waka and her style, the way she wrestles, it does
Mhm.
differ greatly from the rest of Cosmic Angels. I find her
100%.
style is closer to what Mina Shirakawa brings to the table, and that's
Mhm.
where I really think she could really benefit from being part of the Club Venus after she gets her, hopefully after she gets her win, or
Mhm.
maybe, just maybe, she doesn't get that win against Nane, and we see her have to leave Cosmic Angels, because you got to remember, Club Venus is separate from Cosmic Angels technically.
Correct.
That
Mhm.
Mina could bring her in and take her in a ring and get her first win after that. It is
Mhm.
very, very possible.
Could you imagine Waka working for like a year, never getting a win in the Cosmic Angels, but then debuting in after one match in Club Venus and picking up a win? How crazy of a story would that be? That could
And
set Mina and Tam up for a great story too.
that's the thing, because that also furthers that story of Mina wanting to kind of be the de facto number one in that
Mhm.
team.
Mhm.
And yeah, that really, I think, would be the big factor in all of it.
Mhm. Getting into this match though, right before the start of it, the lots of spectacle entrances for this show. I felt that Donna Del Mondo especially put a lot of effort into their entrances. Club Venus as well. Um, Thekla is just a treasure. I absolutely love her intro. I love her gear. I love everything about her. The feud that she is stirring up with Mariah May, very interesting, very fun. I love the polar opposites, the yin and yang, if you will, of the cuteness of Mariah May, and then just the sheer toxicness of Thekla. I feel that the combination of the two of them makes for very, very good story, makes for very, very entertaining in-ring stuff. Um, the exchange of the taunts, but
Hmm.
between them with, Venus doing her Mariah doing her little thing, cutesy thing like Bushi does, and Thekla doing the bridge, and then Mariah flipping into the bridge, Thekla flipping into the cutesy thing. I absolutely loved it because they played it off so well also, and that is a big thing that some people just don't have in the ring anymore. I absolutely loved it.
Well, I used to say the ease of how Mariah just goes and flips up into the spider
Yeah.
was, I think, the most impressive part, was how easily
Yes.
she flipped into that. So that's like, that's incredible flexibility, and just guessing some kind of yoga or something to be able to flip. Just so you know how to flip into that in the
Yes.
easiest possible way. So there's flexibility, yoga, Pilates, whatever it is, to know the movements just to do that as easily as she did.
A not stiff spine is definitely a must in that situation. Continuing on, Mina and Maika getting in there and beating the holy hecking crap out of each other. Definitely saw, like, I love my Maika. Maika is definitely my girl crush in this company. But she was rocking some attitude after the first couple pops from Mina. And at first I was like, this is uncharacteristic of Maika. Why is she acting so, she's kind of acting a little snaggly right now. Then I realized her nose was bleeding. And I was like, oh, she caught a potato and now she is mad. um,
Oh
really
yeah.
fed into the match, and I felt the
Oh yeah.
energy helped with a lot of this. Now the intensity between the two was already so great. It really kind of pushed it over and made for a very entertaining part of the match. Um, yeah, there was that exchange where they were just standing there just trading strikes, and like I've been saying, Mina's getting more mean, more savage, more brutal each match she has. This one continued that. She stepped it up to Maika, and Maika ain't no lady to like step up to. That woman's beat the heck out of Hiroshi Tanahashi. You know, and she's taken shots from Hiroshi Tanahashi, and I was really concerned about her taking that spinning backhand from Mina at some point in this match because we know how brutal that can be. Andre, how did you feel about this one?
I really loved it. I thought everybody did tremendously well. I got to give a big shout out to Mai Sakurai though.
Yes.
That finish, that somersault
Mhm.
leg drop off the top to Waka. dude, she hit it safely. Like she didn't come down and
Yes.
like she hit it very safely to Waka. That's the big when anybody's doing a move off the top like that. That's a big point is how you hit it safely and
Mhm.
just the sheer. Like I hope she doesn't do this as her regular finisher because she's gonna have compact spine, a la Hogan and others that
Mhm.
dropped on the tailbone for their entire career. You don't want to do that. Kenny Dykstra has back problems from that top rope leg drop that he
Yeah,
did for
yeah, that's
so
true.
long.
That's true.
So you really gotta hope and that she uses this as a like use this on like a big show like this. Use it on a big show like
Mhm.
Able.
A
Don't make
spectacle
it
finish.
yeah. Don't make it a a move you pull it. Use your
Mhm.
main finisher. Make that your storm breaker. Make that your the thing you pull out to
Mhm.
hit it at a
Mhm.
big impact moment, which this was. So I really enjoyed that finish.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, and her and Waka, that last exchange that they were having, very impassioned, and it kind of reminded me of the young lions kind of going back and coming back and getting in there having that exchange. Waka and Mai were still factionless when I started watching, and they were still almost kind of working together. They joined Donna Del Mondo and Cosmic Angels respectively about the same time, but before then they were working together in those kind of like young lion kind of bouts. Um, to see Mai really getting quite savage on Waka was actually very, very refreshing for me to see. She has been kind of tapping into that savagery, especially since the Goddess of Stardom tournament where she had teamed up with Lady C. She's really, really impressed me in this last year. I'm very much on the Mai Sakurai train.
Oh, me too. Like I'm
Hmm.
very much behind her. She's absolutely tremendous and part of one of the best factions in the company.
Uh huh. Hmm.
Only second to Club Venus, but you know. But we're gonna move on to a 10-woman tag. So Leto ties Fukigen Death, Momo Watanabe, Natsuko Tora, Ruaka, and Saki Kashima taking on stars Hanan, Koguma, Mayu Utami, Momo Kogo, and Iida. This match was for being a 10-woman tag was not that long, and
Hmm.
like certain people barely got in this match. Um,
Yeah.
Iida was barely in there. Like there was some people that were just barely in this match. Like weren't in
Yeah.
there much at least. Like Iida was in there for a couple, like the piggyback splash and a couple spots with Hanan. That's about it. And like
Mhm.
again, I don't have a lot on this one. I didn't take a lot of notes for this one. I got to give a big shout out to Mayu Utami. That when
Mhm.
just the athleticism that lady has, that double wrist lock, flip over, and arm drag that she does, like when she's got two people and then bounces off the ropes and like flips over and sends them flying. I just the absolute tremendous athleticism that she has, the balance. Like I know with the balancing, you used other people to balance, but just you got to have an incredible timing and ability to do those things, and it's just
Mhm.
it's so very
Mhm.
impressive. And then in the end, though, a Fukigen Death got a roll up on Momo Kogo and
Mhm.
gets the win. Kind of stole the win there, in my opinion, but yeah.
I mean, I've mentioned to you before, Fukigen Death, the woman under the face paint, actually a very, very experienced veteran
Oh
wrestler.
yeah.
Very much so. I wouldn't say like striking level of a Tomohiro Ishii, but like she's certainly that level of experience and drive. Yeah, this was a fun one though for me at the beginning with Koguma trying to get Tora, of all people, to do the bear ears,
Oh,
and
that
then she went into
face.
that weird little trance, and I was like, "What's going on here?" And then, she was just playing possum. I found that really, I mean, that's what bad guys do. Like, honestly, and that was the most kind of, like, acting that I've seen Tora do, because usually she's just kinda milling about and brooding about, being angry and shit. This was the first time I kinda saw her do something intentional that was a little bit goofy, but ended up working very well for the team. I really, really liked it. Um, I did feel that Ruaka got a lot of ring time in this one, and she did fan-fracking-tastic. Really,
Mhm.
really loving Ruaka. I remember when I first started watching, I was kinda like, we'll see how she does every single night, just better and better and better. Tora, clearly a fantastic leader and teacher in this one.
Mm-hmm.
I really forgot that Momo Watanabe was in this match at one
Again, there was
point.
people like Saki Kashima. She wasn't in it much. Momo Watanabe
Yeah,
not in it much. It was very much a feature. Fukigen, other than the ending, I didn't see her that much. So like other
yeah,
like it was Tora and Raka for did most of the way to Tai's work, and then it was Momo, Hanan, and Koguma. I found that did most of the work for Stars. So
yeah, yeah. It was still a very fun match, though. Very fun match.
sorry, I muted myself because I had to burp. But
It's all
yeah,
good.
yeah, it was a fun match overall. Like nothing to write home about. I took like 6 lines of notes. Like I didn't have nothing. Again, and it's not against any of these women. It just wasn't a big feature on this show.
Yeah, it was a filler.
Yeah, but now we're getting into features because
Yeah.
we're getting to the semifinals of the Triangle Derby. It's Cosmic Angels, Natsupoi, Tam, Nakano, and Saki taking on God's Eyes, Amisare, Mirai, and Syuri. Dude, great match. Just
Oh, yeah.
it was very much a story of God's Eye using their size to their advantage, like having that, especially against Natsupoi, especially
Mm-hmm.
like really going at her early in the match, like when they put her in the
Mm-hmm.
corner and all of God's Eye were splashing at her because she was laid across the corner and they
Mm-hmm.
was all splashing her. It's just really showing that Nat did a lot of great selling in this, like
Mm-hmm.
absolutely tremendous.
Mm-hmm.
Tam and Syuri, like trading the forearms, catching each other's kicks, and like doing the headbutts, and just
Mm-hmm.
absolutely phenomenal. All these women, I can't like I don't have I don't want to go over every single thing in this match, but it like Syuri hitting a gutbuster on Nat, and then Tam coming in and hitting a Shining Wizard to Syuri right after, and then Nat, who just got gutbustered, ends up getting a 2 count. Like it's the way that they flow so well in these matches. Syuri with that stretch muffler, like
Mm-hmm.
holy hecking Christ, I love that stretch muffler. In the end, Syuri catches Natsupoi with a spin kick for 2. Then she applies a stretch muffler, then turns it almost into a stretch muffler Boston Crab, where she like
Mm-hmm.
went across the back and like leaned back as she has the leg over the head, and it was like
Mm-hmm.
a very like combo style. I was just like, holy moly! I really liked the way that she applied that, and Natsupoi ended up tapping out, sending God's Eyes to the final. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, don't have a whole ton to add on here except for the spot where Saki and Mirai were in the ring. I felt that that was a very very entertaining spot. The trading of the heavy hits, the fast pace that they were both popping up. I really really enjoyed seeing both of them in there. Yeah, the Suri and Tam trade off where they were catching the legs, they were pulling the hair, but the headbutts, everything like they were pretty much doing the anything you can do, I can do better kind of thing right there. And Tom, she's so cute, rocking the Tom makeup today, but man, like she doesn't step down. She doesn't, you know, falter to the indomitable strikes that Suri has. And that really speaks to what we'll get into later in the night when she came out again. A lot of Tam Nakano tonight in this show. Really loved it. Not
I,
going to complain about that.
I'm very okay with having more Tam Nakano.
um, there was one point where Natsupoi was actually ducking absolutely everything that Suri was throwing at her, and thank goodness, because like Suri was really throwing those elbows and throwing those fists, and Natsupoi again just effortlessly because of her size, just ducking it, ducking it, ducking it. You could tell the look again, Suri just really coming out of her shell since dropping that belt. The over animation that she was giving to Natsupoi ducking everything, just going, huh, huh, it was absolutely great, and I really really love the character that she's kind of turning into. The double team from Mirai and Ami with the machine gun chops, I just love. But then with the double kicks from Suri also on Natsupoi, afterwards was just absolutely brutal. There were the last thing I wanted to say was the trade off between Syuri and Natsupoi with those released Germans, where they were just throwing them back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I'm like, can someone please save someone's neck, please, and just pin somebody here? And that was where Syuri transitioned into that muffler finish. What a great freaking match. I honestly didn't know, because usually there's it's kind of like New Japan, because you can almost see the templates that kind of happen and know who's going to win. I actually thought the Cosmic Angels were gonna come out on this one.
Me too. I really didn't. I didn't expect the finals that we got. I really did
Mm,
not. One of the
mm,
teams I did expect, the other I didn't. God's Eye was not one of them,
mhm.
and the result was not what I expected either. But like, not that I'm disappointed, just I really didn't see it coming. So we
No,
will get
it
to
was a
that.
fun night.
And we go on to the other semifinal match. It is Prominence. It's Hiroki Kurumi and Risa Sera and Suzu Suzuki taking on the Power Passion Pineapple team of Nane Takahashi, Yuna Mizumori, and Yu. They all just crazy brawl at the start. Like, just
Mhm.
they're all fighting on the outside. Risa's hitting Yuna with a chair. Hiragi is doing Hiragi and Risa do a double suplex onto Yu on the floor. It's just
Yeah.
all just crazy shit. Um,
Yeah, Nane, for whatever reason, was yelling at Rossi, like at
well,
ringside, trying to throw someone in there.
Well, it's the Neo Stardom Army, and her whole thing is they hate Rossi Ogawa. That's like they hate on him, right? Because that's their
Right,
whole
yeah.
gimmick as part of being part of Neo Stardom Army is that, like, screw you, Rossi. You may have started this, but we're what made this company, kind of deal. Like
Mhm.
Nane, Jazzy, Kyrie. That's that Neo Stardom Army of it all. But dude, you and Hiragi, the exchanging of the shoulder blocks, just running into each other. The two biggest ladies in the tournament. Like, and there's no shame, big guy myself. Like, I don't shame anybody for their size, but like, just I love seeing these two big girls just smashing into each other and seeing that. I really love it. You dropping Hiragi, and then but she misses the senton. Hiragi hits her own senton. It was like perfect come up, and like, you got to knock me down, but I'm sentoning your ass. Like, it was very
Mhm,
much. I
mhm.
really love that. Just all of Prominence ending up on the floor, and then all of Power Passion Pineapple each doing a rollout of their own to a member on the floor. I was just like, oh,
Yeah.
that's nice. Just the fact that they all get to do a rollout, I was just like,
I
ah,
I
yes,
kind of wrote down that is ridiculous, but I'll allow it.
yeah. I really did enjoy it. Dude, Hiragi catching a lariat by Nane, and then just catching lariat and then pulling her into that black hole slam.
Yes.
Oh, just
Oh, the speed.
the power, the grace of it all. It's
Yeah.
absolutely tremendous match.
Yes. We can't forget my favorite little thing there, the double-decker double second rope stomp. That Risa Sera and
Suzu.
Suzu do. You catching that triple cannonball too on all of Prominence, stacking them up in the corner. At least we didn't get a Bronco muffer like we did before. Did you see also Yuna Mizumori hitting the tropical splasher? Hitting the tropical splash on Suzu Suzuki. Suzu freaking, I thought it was done there. I was freaking out. I was like, no, 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 no. Luckily, Prominence getting in there to break up that pin. I had so much anxiety at the end of this match, Andre, because I'm sitting here going, I called Prominence to win this whole thing. And I'm sitting here questioning if that's actually going to happen. But holy man, that ending.
Well, and it wasn't even a tequila shot either. It
No.
was like her roll. It was like a tequila shot roll through, where she got her behind the back in a tequila shot setup,
Yeah.
and then just kind of rolled down and pulled her into a pin and pinned her. Like, I think that was on Hiragi
You.
or
You.
you on Yuna.
Yuna.
It was
Yuna.
yeah, it was Yuna. Um, I just it was very different to see. I'm like, oh, I really like the way it finished, and I'm like, because like I
Mhm.
expected Prominence to go to the finals,
Mhm.
but I expected them to be facing Cosmic Angels. I really did, because they had a great match. I think it was that one with the paint or whatever. It was Saki. It was the three of
Yes, yes,
yeah.
yes.
I was
Yeah.
expecting a rematch from that. I really was. Because I think Cosmic Angels were the ones that came out on top in that one. That's why I was kind of weirdly expecting that final. But getting God's Eye versus Prominence in the finals, absolutely, like, yes, please. I want more of this. So we will get to more of that, but we're going to move on to the next match. Unless you
So
got
did
more.
you say that they were putting the titles? They chose to put the titles on the line also for the final?
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, there was the afterwards. Suzu got on the microphone and was like, "So we're facing God's Eye in the finals." There, they're like, "I wonder if God's Eye is watching," and you could hear this. Yeah, we're over here in the back of the room, and you can see God's Eye just standing there watching. And Suzu made the proclamation. Well, since you guys are in the finals, why don't we put the titles on the line for the finals? And they were like,
Sure.
unlike Maya Wikihi, who was like, I'll think about it. They were like, yeah, sure, we'll do that. So yeah.
Unlike Miss He.
Wikihi.
He. I'm always going to say he from here on out. We're going to move on to a singles match. It's versus Himeka. Absolutely tremendous match. Two big ladies just slapping me. Like, dude, just the power between these two was absolutely phenomenal. I'm just gonna say Chi because I wrote it down that way for abbreviation while I was writing. Chihiro gets a knee bar on Himeka, but Himeka just getting to the ropes. But the way Himeka sells and the facials, and I'm weirdly depressed this lady is retiring because she's such a tremendous seller. Her facials are second to none. The way she puts her in a knee bar early, and you feel like the way she has desperation on her face, you feel like, oh, this girl could tap out right now. It's those kinds of things, and just the absolute perfection in this match from both these women. But it was a very dominant performance by Chihiro. I really found. There's a great spine buster by Chihiro. And then she applies the ankle lock right after him. But again, that struggle and Himeka just crawling, but gets to the ropes. I can never say nothing but good about her, her selling bit and her in ring. The rest of it's amazing. It's just amazing. But it's that the Shawn Michaels of it all. He's the one person you could always say that's the bar of somebody that sells is Shawn Michaels. And how perfect he could sell for anybody. It didn't matter. And she just has that ability that just that desperation. And I love it. In the end, huge power by Chihiro. But she only gets a 2. And she goes back to the ankle lock and then turns it into the way Syuri did and sat down like a Boston Crab. She sits down the same way, but single leg, but with the ankle lock still applied, in a single leg crab. And Himeka has no choice and just taps out. Absolutely tremendous.
Yes. No, you're absolutely right. I definitely felt that this match was just Chihiro being dominant. Himeka did absolutely everything she can, and she did have moments of offense in this match. But even though Chihiro is very, very much a power lifter, very obviously by her build. But she did give up some height to Himeka. Himeka being just a beautiful Amazon princess there. But the Hashimoto, very, very, very experienced with that technicality, transitioning a move that Himeka was trying to do on her into I think it was an abdominal stretch. Instead trapping Himeka in there. I felt that was just so good because someone so short and just compact like that, you wouldn't think that there would be that level of flexibility or just almost snake like that she could do. She was very, very surprising on that one. The Boston Crab also that Himeka managed to apply on Chihiro, also extremely extremely good. She's always been very, very good at those. I've always loved seeing her single leg variation better than the double, but this one was still incredible. The wrist control that both of these women had on each other, not giving the wrist control by both of these women, pulling each other up to strike each other back and forth. It was absolutely amazing. Huge show of strength, but also super, super smart on their part. Because, like, let's be honest, they know they're the powerhouses. They have to beat the holy heckin' crap out of each other to get to a point where they can do any kind of move on each other at this point. But yeah, the submission of Himika, I was rooting for Himika. I really was, but with her retiring, we know how Japan usually is in these kind of situations. It's not like sentimental here where we send off the vet with a win and they, we love you, we won't forget you kind of thing. In Japan, it's very much so you're retiring for a reason. We're going to you're going to help showcase the people who are kind of taking your spot kind of when you are gone kind of thing. And though I objected to it at first, it makes realistically more sense that the person leaving would not be kind of winning these kind of matches. That also being said, Chihiro freaking earned that win.
Oh, by far.
100% won that ring. Her calling out Syuri finally at the end of this match, challenging her for the April 23rd show. That show is going to be absolutely stacked. Seeing how Chihiro is striking in this match, against the strikeability of Syuri, I think we're gonna see another finally another layer of Syuri coming out of this red belt kind of seriousness that she's gonna bring into Chihiro, and I cannot wait for it, my friend.
Yeah, that match is going to be absolutely phenomenal. Like the way Chihiro was saying shit, she said, I love the way she did say something. But as Himika was leaving, she says to the crowd, "You guys misunderstand what strength is. It's opponents." Exact words were, "It's opponents like that," like referring to Himika, like saying the strength in the She's like, because it was like a sign of respect towards Himika in that phrase. I was like, oh, that's great. And just bringing Syuri in, and Syuri's line of, "Is it finally my turn?" I was like, that's cocky as fuck. I really like that. And then actually, Syuri is she's the one saying she wants the match, but then Syuri is the one let's fight on April 23rd. Then she's the one that brought up the 23rd at Yokohama. Just absolutely awesome. And Chihiro says, "Let's find out who's the strongest." And Syuri says she will beat her, and Chihiro says, "You will not shine in my ring anymore." I was like, "Oh, that's a line. That's a line right there."
Yes, these two are going to have an incredible striking match. I cannot wait for it.
And we move on to the Wonder of Stardom title match. Holy heckin' crap.
What a match.
Yeah.
What a
These
match.
two just beat the living crap out of each other. Hazuki literally stomping the face of Saya Kamatani at one point. Dude.
Ouch, kibbles.
It was just so much stuff. The Michinoku drivers, the Fisherman drivers, the Star Crushers, whatever you want to call them in this. Dude, the trade-offs of those moves, it was just... Dude. Oh... so much. I have so much trouble talking about all the different, because there's so many great spots. There was a spot like that, the lung blower out of the corner by Hazuki. Oh, I'm calling it the Shattered Dreams lung blower until somebody gives me a name for that move, because she sets her up in the Shattered Dreams and then hits a lung blower. And then follows it up with an MX right after. Shout out to Bushi, man. If you and your love of Bushi, it's an MX off the top. Dude, the brain buster she hits, shout out to Ishii right there, dude. But Iida just kicking out of all these great spots.
Iida,
or Saya Kabatani. I'm sorry,
other Saya.
Yeah, other Saya. Sorry. You can understand my love for Iida. Beautiful Frankenstein from Saya Kamatani. and
Mm-hmm.
then gets a backslide and then slips it in and hits a Kamagoye, Kota Ibushi style, and just both women just collapse. Man, it's just like the end of it. Like she hits a Star Crusher in the corner. It's like Kamatani hits a Star Crusher in the corner, goes up to the top, hits the Firebird Splash. Hazuki kicks out just before a 3. So Saya Kamatani stands up and hits 2 more Star Crushers. This is like Star Crusher number 7 and 8 of the match, I think.
Yep.
And finally puts her down and gets the win. That was insane. Before we get to the post match, what are your thoughts on the match itself, Mel?
Oh, this match was absolutely off the chain. Hazuki was absolutely brutal, and like that's just what we've come to know of her in the tournament. I love Yvonne would be so happy to see her entrance kimono back for this one. Big show, big intro gear. Um she looked incredible. New gear also, I believe. I hadn't seen that kind of, it almost looked like galaxy style print that she was wearing. Looked absolutely incredible. Hazuki, though, those kicks that she was feeding um, Kamitani all throughout the match, totally stiff, unacceptable, not necessary. Um, yeah, I really, really enjoyed this match. Just heavy hitting, exactly what I expect out of a championship match of these two.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal. Then we get to post match. Like Saya Kamatani gets in the mic. She says her next defense will be April 23rd at Yokohama Arena. And she said it's going to be against Mina Shirakawa. Which I went, oh, when I saw Mina walk out, I'm like, yes, thank you, God, yes. Like she's fine, and Saya Kamatani's finally gonna lose the white belt to my girl Mina Shirakawa. I can't wait. I can't wait. Mina makes her way out. She says, "Isn't it a little late to be nominating me?" Like really kind of bitchy, but I absolutely am all about it. Like she's saying, I don't know the context. She's speaking in Japanese, but I really want to say she was being condescending when she said, "Thanks for letting me challenge." I feel like that she said it in a bitchy way. Just like don't understand the context when they're talking in Japanese.
I mean, her body language kind of gave that part away.
Yeah, she said she didn't lose in Hiroshima because in reality she didn't,
Nope.
because it was
Her
getting her
face
jaw
did.
broken.
Yeah.
She says her life came to a halt while Saya kept winning and wrestling.
Mhm.
You don't know. She says, "Do you know how that felt? You don't." And then she tells her to try to do a proper Phoenix splash. I was like, oh. And,
Bazinga.
and then she says that April 23rd, will it be your chin? Will it be your teeth? No, I will break your heart. Prepare yourself. I was like, oh. And then Saya gets back on the mic. She said, her heart, if you can break it, Mina, go ahead. The Golden Phoenix is completely back. And that's a perfect wrap up to the story that commentary and people have been telling with this, that
Mhm.
she's this person that's felt broken since she hurt Mina, since she broke Mina's jaw, that she's been not all there. And her saying, I'm completely back is her like saying, you, I'm ready to crush you. And I'm like, yes, I want this match more than anything now. I'm so excited. And I there's no hiding it. I want Mina Shirakawa to win the white belt. I really do. I love me some Mina Shirakawa. And I really think it's her time to hold that white belt. I really, really do.
Mhm. Yeah, this was a fun one. I'm very excited to see the showdown between Mina and them again. Um, you know, there's not much more to add on to that. I mean, the story itself is just absolutely incredible. I'm looking forward to seeing if Mina can put her money where her new fixed face is.
Hey, it looks great. So hopefully, probably. We move on to the high speed title match. It is Azumi defending against Starlight Kid. This match did not end how I thought it was going to. I really
No.
thought, I really thought Starlight Kid was winning this.
Oh. Well, that would
Like,
be kind of silly for Azumi to lose a match right before going into a match with Mercedes Moné.
Well, I just with her being the high speed champion, I figured she was gonna drop the title before going into another title match. Is what I expected that. And Starlight Kid's been on such a great run lately that I really thought they were gonna put her in a spot to be the leader of that high speed division. Not that I'm unhappy with Azumi retaining this belt, because this was an incredible match, dude. Just the shit they were doing in this match, like both of them flying everywhere, and the strikes, the tornado DDTs off the apron to the floor, like when she did it from the apron on the floor, just the stomping of like the stomps, the double stomps, all of it was just so crazy good. That beautiful leg trap German by Azumi to Starlight Kid, utter perfection. That La Mystica she does into the like that spin around into the armbar.
Yes,
dude, it's like she's 20 years old. Like, yes, I watched the stuff from the wrestlers when she was like 13 or 14 from her training in 2017. But it's
11 years old. 11
yeah,
years old is when she debuted with Stardom.
yeah, but she was 13 when they did the wrestler thing. I'm just remembering, like, I watched them talk to her about being a wrestler in 2017 when she was 13, and she's 20 now. Like, that's insanity, man. It's just how good. And then Starlight Kid, she's been there forever, and she's still very young from all indications. You don't really know what her actual age is, but just both
I
the
believe
span,
she's in her early 20s also. She's very close to Azumi's age.
and she's been around a long while too. Like, that's the thing. It's just two are so young, so incredible that they're going to be leading this company for a long time. Starlight Kid with that Spanish fly off the top, or went for the Spanish fly, but Azumi, like, she does the Spanish fly, but Azumi kind of like drops onto her feet and she doesn't get to hit it. And I was like, oh, and the Canadian Destroyer by Azumi, dude. And then go for the Azumi Sushi, but Starlight Kid kicking out, and she has to hit like a La Mystica off the top, and then turns it into like a modified double arm bar, and Starlight Kid finally submitting. Dude, this entire match was insanity.
But before she did put in that La Mystica, she did have to do the double stomp also off the top turnbuckle to soften up that arm to get her into that La Mystica. Yeah, I didn't take a whole ton of notes on the moves just because the match was moving at such a fast pace that by the time I would actually start to write something down, I would miss so much good shit. So I couldn't write a whole ton down about what they were doing, except for they were working so hard. And this is the point of the show where I realized that Utami, Hayashishita, and Lady C were on commentary, and that Lady C was squealing like half of the time. Every time Azumi would do a move, she was shrilling on commentary. She was so excited, so pumped to be supporting Azumi. I absolutely loved it. And then you can hear Utami just chill in the back. I just loved it. Yeah, this was a fun one though. I really did enjoy this, and I did enjoy their little show of respect afterwards. The pinky swear or pinky promise thing that they're doing there seems to be their little thing. These are like the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn of like Stardom. Fight forever, be forever, do forever. Do whether you're together as a team or whether you're facing each other, just always do it. Please.
Yeah, just do it. Come on, just do it.
Andre.
Hey, you're the one that brought it up.
Yeah, I have a different intention. I want to see them fight.
I'm good with either.
Andre.
I'm sorry, but
let's go on to Wiki.
We get to the main or semi-main event. It's for the world of Stardom title for the red belt. It's Julia defending against Maya.
Wookie.
Dude, off the hop, Julia just smashes her in the face with a title belt. Just bang.
Poor Rossi's still trying to partially hold it.
Yeah, she just takes it back and just smashes her in the face with it. They're throwing each other into chairs on the floor. Maya throwing, and literally she threw Maya into one of them took a chair and threw it in at them too. I think it was Maya throwing a chair.
It was
at
Julia. It was
Julia
it
couldn't
was Julia throwing it at Maya because that was when she tossed her about 7-8 rows deep.
Yeah, but then the other thing goes around. She tossed her 7 or 8 rows deep into another part of the crowd. It was
Yeah.
absolutely tremendous.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like the repeated headbutts from Julia to Maya dropping her, and then she's like sitting in a seated position, and she just cracks her in the face with a slap while she's seated. I was just like, oh, ho, ho, ho. And then gets her into a rear naked choke, dude. There is so much great stuff from this. Julia
Mhm.
keep like when they're on the outside, keeps pushing the ref away and just tries to stop things. And then she gets up on the table, pulls Maya up, and pile drives her through it. And then
Mhm.
they get
And
up
she went through great.
yeah, and then they keep fighting on the outside, and then they get to another table, and Maya this time shoves the ref down, and then she gets up onto the table, pulls Julia up, and Tiger bombs her through a goddamn table. Like,
Now see, this is where I had problems because of how Julia landed on
that's
that
what I was about.
table was
Well,
not safe.
she landed head first on that table. It did not look
Well, not
pretty.
even head first. She landed right on the legs.
Yeah, but
Right on the legs.
she went head first into the leg part. Like that's what I was like. Oh,
I didn't see it from my perspective. It looked like it was right at the base of the neck where like the
yeah, but
shoulders and the
it's
neck kind of go. I don't know if she bounced her
still a
head, but
little
for
high.
me, yeah, I was just gonna say, let me finish, that it was far too high where she landed, and as a result, that's how you saw her back all cut up and shit, because she just landed pretty much, she pegged herself on the things, and then they slid out. Very, very rough. She was work. You could tell how stiff, how painful that was, and how even after the match, it was still very much so a problem. I mean, bleeding still, obviously, but like, yeah, that one looked not good. That one looked nasty.
It really did. So they get back. So they fight more on the floor. Julia hits
Hmm.
the glorious driver on the floor, or I might have been Vermilion. I'm not sure. I think because
I
she hit it to
wasn't
the
sure
side.
either.
She hit it to the side, so it might have actually been Vermilion on the floor.
I don't know.
And she goes back in, and Maya grabs the foot as she goes to get back in and holds her, and they both get counted out. After all of this, they get counted out. I was like, come on. Then they kind of continue to fight, and then their factions break them up. And
Hmm.
it was just like Julie gets a mic and goes, "Hey fucker, what are you doing?" and just yelling, "What are you gonna do?" And then the fans start chanting more time. And I don't know if she called Maya stupid or called the fans because she goes,
She
"You're
called the
stupid."
fans stupid.
Okay, that's what it was. Because she goes, "You're
She said, "You guys
stupid,"
are idiots."
and I was laughing so goddamn hard. And then, dude, and then Julia's heading, and so like Maya leaves, and Julia's heading up the ramp, and out comes Tam Nakano. Or actually, I'm going to let you talk about the match before we get to this. Talk about the match. Talk about it.
The only thing that I wanted to say, like touch on, that I caught on and wanted to see if maybe you caught on, is as much as I have definitely jumped on the Maya Wukihi train here. She's very, very talented, very elegant, very. I've said it before. She's very regal looking wrestler.
Well,
She's kind of got,
look at the picture right there.
yeah, like she looks like a very fanciful like female version of Tai Chi, and she wrestles like him too. She hits the holy heckin' crap out of you. Her lariats are killer, just like Tai Chi. She's got a great kick, just like Tai Chi. I'm just saying. Tam maybe shouldn't be teaming with him. That's Maya. But anyway, I did get a bit of a feeling of, I don't want to say disinterest, but almost like disconnect. Almost like, do you remember when there was that whole situation with what was his name? Austin Aries. He was dropping the belt and he didn't want to Morrison. He did the match, but there was a definite feel of disinterest with him in the match. And then as soon as it was done, he popped up and fucked off.
Yeah, I hated that so goddamn much.
Yeah, it almost kind of felt a little bit like this, but almost forced. Like it was an acting thing.
Yeah,
Did you get the same kind of sense on that?
Well, especially out that promo from a few shows back that she cut saying, I don't give a shit about this title. I don't care.
Mhm.
But I'll take the title. I'll take the match because you want it. And I'll take the belt. You and Rossi will be discussing when I put that belt around my waist. And I don't give a shit if I don't give a shit whether I went like that whole line of I don't get like she doesn't give a shit.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
this was. It wasn't disinterest. It was just her character doesn't care. She's
yeah.
very like that. I don't think it's just that's the character she's portraying
Okay.
because
Because
she
yeah, I
works
was
for
getting the
another
same thing,
company.
and I'm just like, what is that?
Well, she works for another company, and like Stardom's not her home promotion. I don't
No,
think so.
no, but neither is you.
So it just but making that point actually to me makes it come across strong. He's like, I don't care about your company's title. I'll go win mine. I don't care. My company is more important. Is the way I feel that is what I get off of her.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
after
yeah,
that,
from here we can go into the post thing here, where Tam had come out and challenged Julia
so like
for the red belt.
I love the disrespect Tam showed her because Julia kind of turns and is looking at her, and she walks right by Julia. Doesn't even give her like a nod, nothing. Just walks straight past her, just with like utter disrespect. I loved it
Mhm.
so goddamn much. Um, and she gets to the mic, says, "What are you? What are you gonna do, stupid?" I was just like, "Oh my god, this is awesome." Um,
Children.
she says, "You look so sad," and she said that Julia needed Tam. Well, I need you too. She challenges Julia for the April 23rd Yokohama show because it can only be Tam Nakano. That red belt, I want to fight you for it. Julia comes in and goes Tam again because like she just put her down in the 5-star last year. So in that final. So she's, are you done babysitting Waka? Are you gonna help her win? And she's like, or sorry, are you done babysitting Waka? And then Tam goes, I'm gonna help her win. She and then she's like, I'll put up whatever I have to get a shot at that red belt. And I'm thinking, oh, is Waka gonna get bet here? Like that's what I was thinking in my head was, is Waka getting bet on this match? Because I was like, what the
Mhm.
fuck? And Julia says, "It's she accepts and she says she's gonna put Tam through hell. Arriva dare she?" And then Tam says she will crush her into space dust again. I'm like, oh, I love this promo from both of them.
Mhm.
That was the
Mhm.
best Tam promo I've ever heard. Like that one with Waka from the a couple shows ago was absolutely tremendous, but this was just pure fire and passion.
Mhm. Mhm. It's gonna be a gooder.
hmm You got anything to say on it?
No, we got to move on.
Okay. All right, we're moving on to the main event. Yes, there's 4 teams here, but this is the only card that was online. So a race Power Passion Final, a race College and Angels. We got God's Eye versus Prominence for the Artist of Stardom Triangle Derby Final / Artist of Stardom titles. I
Mhm.
guess. Um, yeah. Um, Prominence taking on God's Eye. Dude, again, this match was absolutely tremendous. Like,
Mhm.
I love Mariah. I love that wheelbarrow into the full Nelson Slam. It looks so good. Uh,
Yes.
dude, Risa Sarah power bombing and then Germaning Syuri back to back. And then
Mhm.
oh no, yeah, it was Sarah power bombing Syuri, then Syuri getting up and Germaning Sarah, and then they get up and just start brawling with each other. It's just like, yes, Haragi and Ami trading power, like the power trading spots was absolutely tremendous. And they both smash each other with lariats and go down together. Dude, like the knees in the corner from Suzu and Risa to Mariah,
Mhm.
or to
Mhm.
sorry to Mirai,
That was
dude,
right.
yeah, dude, and then Hiragi coming in with a cannonball right after, dude. It was just
Mhm. Mhm.
so much great stuff, man. The
Yes.
inverted dude buster into the piggyback double knees off the top, or like double like piggyback double knees, like
The double-decker, double knee stomp off the second rope.
Yeah. The ending comes, though, German by Suzu to Mariah, and then a poison Rana by Suzu. And then Suzu hits the tequila shot, but only gets 2. So she busts out the rolling chaos theory, which is the double the roll through double German thing, and hit and the second one with the bridge and getting the win. Oh, this is so good. This wasn't the ending I expected. I really thought Cosmic Angels was coming out of this with the win, personally. But dude, like the champions winning this, even though I didn't know the titles were on the line, so just my reaction after was, this makes complete sense. It's the first Triangle Derby, and in reality, these women are your champions. They represent the best in your trios in this company. They should be the winners. In reality, yeah.
Absolutely, 100%, 110%. I knew this was going to end like this. I called it. I called it from the beginning that Prominence was going to take it all. Got that in the comments somewhere. Yeah, I definitely knew that these guys were going to take that win, and I am so proud of it. Just gotta say that the excitement that Suzu has for how just nasty and mean and like just dominant she is in the ring. She just sits there smiling so pretty, like, yeah, I just kicked your ass. I absolutely love it. Risa Sarah, I just have to, she is just absolutely amazing. Her entrance gear is actually becoming some of my favorite, when she comes out and covers her mouth with the lace and then holds up the belt with the other hand. I absolutely love it. Yeah, I can't even add to this except for that I'm happy. I'm happy with how it ended up. The match itself was just as heavy hitting as Prominence and Power Passion Pineapple, as Cosmic Angels versus God's Eye. Like, it was just everything for me that I needed it and wanted it to be, and I couldn't have been happier with the results.
Yeah, absolutely tremendous. Suzuki getting on the mic after, and she's kind of almost become the de facto leader of this team. Like, I always thought
I think she talks better than Risa.
Yeah, I look at Risa Sarah as the leader, but like Suzu is the mouthpiece, and she's 100%. For a reason. She's passionate. She has it. She goes, "Why are you crying? Stardom is prominence," which is the greatest line. I'm like, "Stardom is prominence." I was like, let's go.
Let's go, baby.
She's like, they are the apex of units. I'm like, they better start flying a goddamn. Or have they been flying a prominence banner? When they have the other banners up?
Yeah, when they have, like, all of the teams had banners. Yeah.
No, but when they're hung up, like on some shows, you'll see all the team banners hung
you're talking about the big fancy ones.
Yeah, the ones that you see in the background of some shows.
Because they are considered a freelance.
But at this point, you have to start hanging that banner.
I mean, if they find, sure.
They're your champions. They're your people who just won your inaugural tournament. They are essentially the best unit in the company, if you really think about it.
I don't think the Stardom Army has one either.
Yeah, but they're only sort of there. They're only sort of there. But
Club
where
Venus
Prominence
doesn't have one.
Yeah, but they just started. Come on, I'm gonna.
Okay.
There'll be a CV banner soon enough. Don't worry.
There will be, I'm sure.
when Mina breaks away from Cosmic Angel, steals Waka Tsukiyama, and Club Venus becomes its own independent faction, yes, it'll be. But yeah, absolutely. Dude, she's complaining about there being no flagpole and that it looks like the banner looks like a blanket. I was like laughing so hard.
Yeah. Relatable.
So she made a comment. Says they won the Yo-Yogi, won the belt, and won the tournament. What's a Yo-Yogi? Is that like some deathmatch tournament? I'm guessing they won. I assume. I know it's not Stardom because I haven't seen anything Yo-Yogi in Stardom, but I assume it's some deathmatch thing that they were doing. But she said everyone loves prominence, huh? And then she asked them all to raise the sign of prominence. I don't know which way I'm supposed to do this, but like that.
I think the right hand is the point and the left hand is the deuce. There you go.
But absolutely tremendous. Like, this perfect way to cap off this tournament.
100%. 100%. with
Yeah.
Melball.
With Melball's
Making the right
predictions.
prediction.
Yeah.
For once. My goodness, I've been saying Kenta for 3 years. It still hasn't happened.
Yeah.
But I said prominence 1 year and it just kind of happened. Go figure.
Yeah. Yep. So we're gonna get out of here. So I want to give us some big shout outs here before we go. Give us a big shout out to Rogue Energy. Scan the QR code down the bottom right hand corner. No. Or go to rogueenergy.com. Use promo code OLEPODS for 10% off your order. Also want to give a big shout out to OLE itself. I'm just going to bring that up. Our good friends over at OLE, youtube.com/@OurLocalEstablishment, twitch.tv/OurLocalEstablishment, and on Instagram and TikTok at OLE Podcast. Lots of great content over there. You got Marvel Talk with myself and old Ed. You have Paramindful with my co-hosts here, Mel, Carl, and Alex. You have Busting Out with Parrish and Bobby. Fusion and Ring Respect Radio with Bobby and Papa Smokes. Beats and Beatdowns with Carl and Bobby. Lots of Bobby. More Bobby with Killer Cuts is just starting up on the show with Astrid and Bobby. You got Turnbuckle Talk with Carl Careful, and then check out last night's edition of Taking Over, where you're gonna be able to see old Ed and myself talking all things NXT, because we broke it down for you. So check that out. I guest hosted this week because our good friend Astrid Pizarro is away on assignment, so I'm very happy to step in and give her props and take over for her. I really do enjoy doing all the different shows on this network. I've been on multiple and I'm loving it. So big shout out to Oli. Thank you. So go over to YouTube and Twitch, give them a subscribe, give them a follow. It's very much worth your time. And one more big shout out to our good friend Mike the Ref over at Backbreaker Video and Backbreaker Gaming. You can find him on youtube.com/@Backbreaker Gaming. You can find all the gaming stuff that he's done on Backbreaker Gaming on Twitch, where he makes it all. At twitch.tv/Mike the Ref, all the great content he has there. Every Wednesday, Dynamite Watch Along. I plan to be there tonight to watch along with him. So please check that out. And then also you can find him. You might be watching us at youtube.com/@Backbreaker Video. So, and if you are watching us over at Backbreaker Video, please give us a like and a subscribe on Backbreaker Video. But also check us out over on Andre and Melball Wrestling Talk at youtube.com/@Andre and Melball Wrestling Talk. Please give us a like, a subscribe over there. Leave some comments. We'd love to hear from all of you. Please let us know, because we want to hear more and more and more from all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very, very much for tuning in.
And if you are wanting to watch Stardom Wrestling, you can go to stardom-world.com. It is 920 yen, roughly about $7.30 now US, about $8 Canadian. But because we are such fans of Sean Spears here, it's always a perfect 10 wherever you go. We'll leave the link in the description box down below for that guy. You want to get on there and see some of these amazing shows that Andre and I are reviewing, and support your local prominence, ladies. Also, you want to give a follow to the beautiful and talented, the natural Astrid Pizarro on Astrid Pizarro's YouTube channel. You can catch some of her amazing shows like Astrid Asks, where she has interviewed people like Ashley Vega. She's got one with Ray Lynn coming out right away. Lots of fun people on there. You want to go give that a check out. You can also see older shows of the Ladies Wrestling Showcase that feature myself and Astrid talking about all of the latest and greatest topics in women's professional wrestling. You can also catch her show Making an Impact with our good friend Cody the Foe Defoe every Thursday after the live taping of Impact.
I think I got our YouTube right.
I think so. Oh, no, you didn't. 1 Z, 2 R's.
Ah,
1 Z, 2 R's, my friend. You're close. We'll get it next time. So, Andre, if we are wanting to follow you, my friend, on social media, where are we going to find you?
Just give me 1 second, because I'm updating this. And it's back there. That's the channel you need to go to watch Astrid. I highly recommend all her great content. Mel is right. She has lots of great content. You want to check that out.
Lots of great content. You don't want to miss out.
As it scrolls across the bottom, you can find me on Twitter at that Canada guy, Instagram at that Canada dude, Hive and Mastodon, which I still gotta add in because I suck at this. That Canada guy on there. You can find me on youtube.com/Andre and Melball Wrestling, talking all the great professional wrestling me and Mel like to talk about, covering Stardom, New Japan, the local independent wrestling scene, which you'll be coming, which I'll be coming after another Chop Talk at the end of actually start of April, covering some Love Pro Wrestling, and then April we're going to be covering some Top Town Pro Wrestling. So check that out, and then you can also find me on our Facebook page at facebook.com/ or just Andre and Melball Wrestling Talk on our Facebook. So.
Yes. And if you're wanting to follow a Melball on social media, you can do so on Twitter at Collins Melball. You can do so on Instagram, Facebook, and Mastodon at Melball Collins. And again, you can also follow me on Andre and Melball's Wrestling Talk on Facebook. Always posting stuff on there, links for our shows, random thirst traps, and random conversation pieces. Yeah, Andre, not those kind of conversations.
Well, no,
that's for the OnlyFans.
I'm the thirst trap.
Oh gosh, we're not going to talk about those. That being said, everyone, I am your Melball. Over there is that Canadian dude, Andre. We will see you next time. Mwah!